In group earlier, and there was a question about if you can actually use paid ads to drive sales demos. This person has a sales-led company. I assume they have a high ACV because they're trying to book demos for sales. They have really good CTR. They didn't mention what it was, but so far they're seeing no conversions. They have about 650 clicks. They're using 6sense, which I assume is mostly display ads, and Reddit. So based on the fact that they're using Reddit, I think they're selling to developer or technical audiences. And this person was a bit frustrated because they're getting clicks, they're driving traffic, but they're not getting demos. My response was more detailed. I'll try to get into it a little bit, but the short answer is that you can absolutely drive demos for sales from paid advertising. The problem I think that this person was seeing was they're focusing on the wrong channels. So in the work we've done in B2B SaaS companies, including developer tools and stuff, Reddit is very hard to drive demos from. So Reddit, just the community, the nature of the platform, the nature of the placements, we see it more as an awareness channel. It's more contextual advertising based on the subreddits that you want to target on. So your people are seeing your ad in a certain context. They're not expressing an express interest in buying a solution. They're not expressing an implied pain that they have this problem or they have this pain, but it's more contextual advertising. So suppose you're reading a Reddit about CI/CD tools, and then you see an ad for a CI/CD tool. So when you're on that Reddit, you're not actually expressing interest in, hey, I have this problem, but it's more, hey, look at this, talking about CI/CD, I'm reading about CI/CD tools, and there's an ad for a tool that helps me. Does that make sense? Now the other problem is that this person was using 6sense. I'm not a big fan of these APM display ads tools because I don't think they get the best inventory possible, and I also don't think personalized slapping somebody's logo on a display ad actually gets them to convert. What I would do in this situation is try and see if there's a reasonable amount of search volume on Google Search or Bing or something like that, because in that case, that person is expressly saying, hey, I have this problem, I'm looking for a solution, and it's much easier to convince somebody to buy something or talk to sales or request a demo or sign up for a product when they're actually in that experiencing pain and they're looking for a solution, versus it's harder to convince somebody that they have this problem and that you are the solution, but they're not especially looking for it. So that was my advice, and the fact that work we do, we have driven over $1 million of revenue for customers, over $500,000 in pipeline in a given month. For more SMB into is yes, you can absolutely drive sales demos, you can actually drive customers and conversions and pipeline revenue from paid advertising. You just have to treat it as a channel that needs a lot of work to stand up. You need to start with the bottom of the funnel, and the fact is that you can't look at paid advertising in just a vacuum of its own. Paid advertising has an impact on brand, direct, and anything else. If it's well known outside in general, you're more likely to convert on their ads because you've heard of the product before. For example, Salesforce runs a search ad. I've heard of Salesforce. If I'm looking for a CRM, I'm more likely to click on that ad by Salesforce than somebody that I've never heard of before, like Pipedrive. What happens outside of the ad platforms impacts what happens on the ad platforms. So don't treat it as an isolation.